What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanics Simulator. And today's project, the beautiful Ferrari 458 Italia. It's not the Italia, that's a lie. It's just a standard 458. It's not. It is the Lit Edition 458. And today, we are celebrating the fact that this is the most subscribed to car on the Steam Workshop. That's right, the most subscribed to car mod on the workshop by Lit, with over 122,000 people subscribed to it. So there we go. We've gone for the most subscribed config in the last episode, and today is the most subscribed car mod. Absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to this one. It is obviously the Ferrari 458. As I said, it is the Lit Edition. And I'll be honest, we got quite low mileage on this one. Only 30,480 now for a Ferrari 458 from 2021. Yes, that is actually quite a lot of miles, in all honesty. But in the game's sake, that's quite low mileage, and I'm quite happy about it. This one's available in the auction at the salon or the junkyard. You can't find it in barns, but we got ours from the auction house. It's all in alrightish condition. Kind of happy with all of that, but did we get a good deal? Absolutely not. Bought it for 111,696 and could only sell it for 96,808. Losing out on 14,888, which is less than we can win if we even win a drag tournament with this one. So we've still got some clawing back to do to make sure we get some of that profit back. The engine in this one is the V8 double overhead cam AXK engine. And we all know this is quite a powerful engine. So we'll be adding all of the performance parts to this one today before getting it onto the drag strip to show what this beast can do. Hopefully improving, more than doubling that 498 factory horsepower. So there we go. That's what we're getting stuck into this time. But let's get started. Let's get this beast into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are then in the car wash. Let's get the beautiful 458 clean and see what colour it is underneath all that dust and grime. What colour are you? And what colour are you going to be staying? You are currently carbon and black. Black or blue? We'll go with black. That's a very deep black, though. Lots of plasticky parts going on there. Maybe that's carbon fibre. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just got a primer coat on it. We'll find out later on. Lovely blue mirrors on there. Quite enjoying them. But let's get the interior done and get this beast back on the lifter. Get that wonderful AXK engine ripped out of there, if I can even see it. And then start tearing everything else on this beautiful Ferrari down. First things first, let's get under the Ferrari and check for that oil pan. And there is no engine, so we do not have to worry about the oil pan. We are completely missing the engine, so we don't have to worry about that at all. There we go. That is I wasn't quite expecting that, so we've got to go build a whole brand new engine. Should have checked that first. So let's get the car back down and see what's going on inside the engine bays. I'm assuming there's going to be one at the front and one at the back. We do have an engine cover, but again, we don't have an engine at the moment. Now, what's supposed to be in this engine bay? We got 2 air filters, ABS pumper module, brake servo, coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, stage A, type A ECU, words. Then we've got the lovely fuel tank down at the bottom. Obviously, the engine and engine block were all missing. At the front, we got the battery tray, the fuse box, the wishy-washy reservoir, and 2 medium intercoolers. Hopefully, adding quite a bit of power to this beast later. What else are we missing? Doesn't look like there's any exhaust, or maybe I just can't put it on because the engine's not in yet. We shall find out as we go, but I need to get all of this sorted, ready to go back in. If we just look at the suspension very quickly, it does look like it's all there, so we don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to get all of this added to my shopping list, strip all this suspension off. When we come back, be time to sort out this beautiful Ferrari's bodywork. Might take me a little while, but I'll see you in just a minute. That's the new replacement engine all sorted, along with all of the suspension underneath, repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back in. But now we need to sort all of this bodywork out. So let's just get into it, start pulling some stuff off of here and see where we end up. Completely all out with that front section there. All of that's out. We've got the interior. We've got the side skirt there. Nothing on the fenders. Tail light out you come. Car part 1, which I'm assuming is the spoiler, out you come. Then we've got the trunk and trunk window there. We've also got that little engine cover. That's part of the bodywork, so we don't have to worry about that. Side skirt on the other side. Right body window and the door window and mirror. Did I get the other body window? Was it not in there? It was not in there, so we don't have to worry about that one. And that looks like it should be everything for the bodywork. Let's just get in and get this interior out. Out with these seats. We're going to do some lovely colours on the seats today. I'm hoping, at least anyway. Depends where we end up with this beautiful Ferrari. Now, have we got everything? That's not the screen I want. 1% on there. Nothing showing up on there. So we have the frames at 54%. and I bought the car for a little over 111,000. What do we think today? I'm going to say I'm going to go for a classic 1,500. 3,700. I was just a little bit off there, let's be honest. Let's jump in and check out the body shop for the beautiful Ferrari. Now, we've obviously got the spoilers just up here, a few different options for there. I'm not sure which we're going to go with. I'm going to put this back together exactly as it came apart, because this is the lit edition one, so we'll be using all of that. Side skirt, you only have the one piece. Oh, the wide body. I can see it now. There we go. Lots of parts for the side skirts. Both sides. Then we've got a couple of engine covers. I'm assuming we've got the paintable one on there at the moment. A few front bumper options, plenty to play around with. Again, we'll just be putting it back together as it came apart. Couple of door options. I don't know what the difference is, but we'll be using whichever one we're supposed to be used. Wide body for the fenders, so we're obviously not using that, just the normal fenders for us today. I think it's this hood we're using with the carbon fibre, so we'll stick with that one. Plenty of lights to play around with. I always like that. We may swap the lights out if we feel like it. Just the one mirror, a few different tail light options, and then obviously we've got the rear bumpers there. Plenty of options to play around with. This one doesn't have an image for some reason. More headlights, more tail lights. Trunk, just the one piece. Trunk window, and then 2 options for the windshield on there. So that's what we've got to play with today. As I said, it's probably going to go back together exactly as it came apart. We may swap the lights, a few bits like that, but most of it will stay as it is. So I'm going to crack on with that, and then we can get this beautiful body all back together and get this car into the paint shop. Let's get this beautiful little 458 all back together then, ready to go into the paint shop to decide what we're going to do with it today. Now, the fenders, there are only wide body and non-wide body options. This obviously isn't a wide body, so the normal options it is. The carbon vented hood is what this one wanted, so that's what we're going back on with. And the front bumper is the Special without logos, looking quite good on there. I went for the evil look tinted headlights just because I think they look a little bit meaner and a little bit nastier. For the windshield, it is the B option that the car wants, the game wants, whatever you want to call it. So we're sticking with that one. And the doors are the Special doors. Windows are just in you go, and in you go. And the mirrors, we've still got them lovely blue mirrors. Maybe we'll keep them, I'm not sure. Side skirt is the Special side skirt. We just need to get that engine cover in there first. Paintable option, looking good. And then we've got the trunk option and the trunk window in there. They're all just like for like. Rear bumper is the Special black with all the black badging on there, looking nice. Car part 1, which is the spoiler, also the Special spoiler. And we kept the facelift tinted tail lights on there, looking quite nice. On you go and on you go. And then we got the body window, the door, the main window, the side skirt, and obviously another blue mirror just to finish it off, which is why I'm tempted to keep it, because they just came blue on either side, and that's how they showed up. For the license plate today, we went with our VM plates, 458 lit written on them. Is it going to show up in white? No, it's still not, but you can just about see it on there, 458 lit. There we go. That's what we're going for. That should be all the bodywork, so let's jump in and get the interior in. Now, I have swapped all this interior. You might be able to see that from there. We've gone from Multiply's RSPM Recaro Sport C style seats. In you go. Bit of a mouthful on there. Looking pretty good. And then we've got a brand new part. You might be able to see it looks different there. This steering wheel added in by Multiply. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 new steering wheels to play with, and 2 of them have my logo on. So we're going to start off with that one there. That lovely Virtual Mechanic logo on the steering wheel. If we just come out of this and go into photo mode where we can get a little bit of a better view of it, looking pretty good on there. And obviously, as you can see, it's all like bolted in at the back, looking quite tasty. And then the big Virtual Mechanic logo right in the center, looking very good. Thank you very much for that, Multiply. It looks absolutely incredible. We're going to put some paint on that one later and hopefully make it look even more awesome than it already does. Have we got everything ready to go into the paint shop? 100%, 100%, 100%. Yes, we have. Let's get this beautiful little lit edition 458 into the paint booth and decide what we're going to do with this beautiful Ferrari today. We are in the paint shop with the beautiful Ferrari 458, and this is what I'm going to be going for today. This beautiful matte chameleon. We've got this lovely tealy sort of blue going into this pinky purple, fading off into the back there. I think that looks absolutely fantastic, and my favourite part is it also takes in that engine cover as well. It gets the same colour tone on it, looking absolutely beautiful. The way we've done this is with the Quality of Life mod. Obviously, this is my blue colour. As you can see, that's what we've selected in there. If we click the little water droplet and you've got Quality of Life up to date, You can then change this into the custom matte chameleon color. And there we go. This is the chameleon options I've gone for. If you mess around with this, it changes the color of the secondary. It isn't in the same order, but you will get the gist of what's going on as you play around with it. Obviously, chameleon power tells you how much power that secondary color is coming out. We've kept ours at 45. I think it's quite nice. And then obviously the chameleon amount is just how deep it is in the spaces that are in there. And I also stuck that one with a 45. The same amount, so it looks quite... I think I've done quite a good job sort of sorting this chameleon out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's probably not colour options you might go with, but there we go. As for the screws and bolts today, we've gone for everything, and I've gone for just hopefully, a black is going to come out of them. Looking pretty good. So let's just get this all on here now. We've got that sorted and ready to go. A little bit jumpy there. I don't think it likes the chameleon all too much. I like that. Mostly the blue. And then obviously the purples and the pinks just fading away as you go. That engine cover really does look absolutely fantastic in that colour scheme. What happens if I throw the torch on it? It still works. I'm happy with that for my photos a little bit later on. As to regards to getting some colour on the seats, I'm definitely going to add some of this blue to it. And we may see about a little bit of pink. It's going to be quite hard to do two-tone on the seats. So definitely go for some blue. But we've got plenty of carbon fibre to play around with. So we do have lots of blacks we could use as well. If we open this, I do believe I'm going to keep most of the engine of chrome and probably the lighter of the blue side and maybe a splash of that pinky purple. If we can get it matched well enough, I'm not sure yet. We'll find out as we go, but that's what we're going for the beautiful Ferrari today. I think it looks pretty good. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit wild, but this is the most subscribed car mod on the workshop. So let's start getting everything painted, and then we can start getting this beautiful 458 all back together, ready to tear up the drag strip. That's everything painted on the beautiful 458, almost ready to go. We've just got to get it all back together. But before we jump into that, a few little bits have changed. This engine cover has changed ever so slightly. Probably can't tell the difference, but there's a little bit more going on it with some black lettering on the top. Just ever so slightly changed it just to make it look a little bit better. And then if we jump into the interior, I'm going to go into photo mode for this. I've got some beautiful chameleon on the seats there. I didn't want to overdo it, so we've got the vents in the seat, I guess. And then some of the backrest is also in that chameleon, but you're not going to see that, along with some of the pinstriping down the side and a little bit of that base. It looks really good. I'm pleased with how that turned out. And if we spin around to our steering wheel, it does look mostly in that blue, but if you venture across, it sort of comes across in that purple and pinky color as well. Looking absolutely fantastic. I am incredibly pleased with this. I love the matte chameleon. Such a nice feature. I'm a bit disappointed in myself that this is the first time I've actually been using it, because it's not new. It's been out for a little while, but let's crack on and start getting our suspension all together. Starting with our shocks. These are carbon fiber grey with that chameleon on the spring, and it's looking very nice on there. Pleased with them. Are looking fantastic. Too many light switches. Let's crack on and start getting some of this in. I'm going to jump in down the back, and I'm just going to throw the rear suspension cross member in that beautiful chameleon color there. And then we're going to try our hardest to get to the front, where we've got the two medium intercoolers, which we've just done in sort of like a chrome black or chrome black sort of thing. Very shiny, very metallic on there. Same with the steering rack and same with the sway bars, both front and back. I forgot about the rear one, so we'll get you in there as well. It definitely makes my life a little bit easier a little bit later on. But now we're going to jump to some beautiful clips of this all going together. So let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk about it all in just a moment. There we have it then, mostly finished with the suspension, looking pretty good in that chameleon blue and purpley pink, with some metallic-y blacks and then some matte carbon on there as well, just finishing it all off, looking absolutely beautiful. We've got a couple of bits left to go in, hub bearing that I couldn't quite reach, and also the rear drive axle, which is just in that sort of chrome metallic-y black, looking quite nice on there. I love this chameleon color. The blue into the pinky purple looks absolutely fantastic. We jump up the front. There isn't so much of that blue, pinky purple. Blue, pinky purple? No, that is right. There we go. Mostly in the black down here. These suspension arms are in steel black and the original blue color. Hence why we got that top bit in a blue and a little bit on the bottom sided blue as well. But they're not to the chameleon color. The rest of the blue that you see is all that chameleon color. Looking very, very good. Just a couple of pieces left to go in before we jump on and get the other side done. Fuel tank kept up with the carbon fiber theme with a little bit more carbon fiber on there. With the fuel pump, obviously, in that lovely chameleon colour. Absolutely loving this, but let's crack on. I'm going to get the other side of the suspension all done, and then we'll come back and sort out the engine bays before going and building that beautiful V8. That's the suspension all finished. I love it. I think it looks absolutely incredible. I've never used the custom chameleon paint from the Quality of Life mod before, but I'm so glad that I have, because it has come out fantastic. I'm definitely going to be playing with this a little bit more often. What kind of mixed colours would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below. But let's crack on. Let's get this engine bay all sorted, starting with the fuse box, which we kept in the carbon fibre, and then the cover on top in the carbon fibre, matching in with the same carbon fibre on the shocks there. If we go over to the Wishy Wishy reservoir, I haven't painted it again today. Just left that one plain. But the battery tray, I have moved this battery, by the way. It used to sit up here. I've now moved it so it sits inside the storage compartment, I guess you could call it. Anyway, the custom chrome, chameleon, colour on the tray itself. Obviously, the battery not painted today. Didn't feel it was needed. With the bracket also in that chameleon. And then the bracket rods in a lovely matte carbon fibre. Looking absolutely fantastic on there. In you go and in you go. Let's get down the back. Let's get the rest of this all finished up. There isn't really much in here. ECU Type A Stage 3 cannot be painted. Power steering reservoir we didn't paint. Coolant reservoir we also didn't paint. And the brake servo we haven't painted. Then we got the two air filters which do sit inside the engine cover or the plate that sits on the back. I'm not sure which it is. And then on the underneath I went for the ABS pump in the blue. Not in the chameleon, just in the normal blue. Because otherwise it would have painted absolutely all of this as well. And I thought that might looked a little out of place. Module on top, also in that same blue. And now we get our first look at the black screws that we've gone for today. As we managed to make our way through the filters of the air filter. Looking pretty good on there. That's it for the engine bay. So now we need to go and build that beautiful engine. Before we go, there's the battery just sitting in there. Kind of on display. So you can see it, and then obviously at the back there with the engine cover. The air filters sit under there. Looking pretty good. But let's go and build the beautiful AXK engine. In we go. Lots more of that matte chameleon colour. The oil pans in full matte chameleon. The heads are both in full matte chameleon. The block itself is in steel black and the normal colour blue, just to give some accents in it, making it look pretty good. If we jump up, though, we've got 8 spark plugs in total, 4 on each side. 4 camshafts in total, 2 on each side. And then, again, I've used the TK Aftermarket cam gears because they do fit with this engine as well. So fantastic on there, 4 of them. And then you need 2 belts just to go on the front there, just to finish that off with the timing cover. You guessed it, in that lovely matte chameleon colour. Obviously, all the bolts are going to go black when it's dropped in the car. Let's crack on. The water pump, also in that beautiful chameleon. Then we've got the crankshaft pulley in that metallic-y sort of chrome black. Power steering pump in the same colour. Looking nice on there. And the alternator is also in that same colour. Now, water pump pulley is in that black chrome. And all of the idle rollers are as well. So I'm just going to crack on and get these all in. And I'll be back in a second. That's all the idle rollers in. Well, almost all the idle rollers. There's one more to go. So let's just get the belts in. Just done them in a matte black just to finish them off. In you go and in you go. The last idle rollers over here in that lovely chrome sort of black. And then the belt tensioner. Once again, we've gone for Maltese version from the TK Aftermarket in a chrome black on there. Finishing the front of that engine off quite nicely. I'm liking that. Oil filter in that chrome black. Fuel filter in the beautiful chameleon colour, which I am so loving. I can't even explain how much I'm loving that. And then we'll crack on with the engine head covers. These are in that matte grey carbon. On you go, looking very nice on there. Is that matte? That looks a bit shiny, but we'll go with it. It's meant to be matte, same as the rest of them, but it doesn't quite look like it to me. But there we go. On we go with the other side. Let's just get you all bolted up, and then we can throw some of the little bits inside, like the ignition coils. We've got some lovely coil covers going in there as well today. So let's get on with the ignition coils, all in that chameleon blue, purple, pink colour. Looking good. Round to the other side. In you all go as well. And then we've got the lovely coil covers going on the top, which are obviously in that matte chameleon colour. I love that. I think it looks so nice. In you go, and in you go on the other side. And then we've got the intake manifold in the middle, which is in a steel black and chrome. Just because I thought we needed a bit of chrome on there. There is a little splash of it on that engine cover. Fuel rails are both in the chameleon blue, pinky purple, because it looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. And then the last piece to go on are the... Oh, no, I've got the throttle as well. Exhaust manifolds, which are in that sort of chromey metallic black that we've been using in a few places. Because the exhausts are fixed mounted to the bumper and they're the same colour as the badges, which are all blacked out. Obviously, the front badge, we don't have any. But looking good on there, the throttle. We've got you in a chameleon, but you've got a little splash of black on you as well, just to finish you off. There we go. Looking very nice on there. I cannot wait to get this dropped into the Ferrari. I'm hoping it's going to look awesome, even with the engine cover on top of it. And I'm not normally the biggest fan of engine covers, but it looks beautiful with that chameleon paint on it. I'm loving it. Let's get you dropped in. Let's get this crane put away, and let's see how good it looks. We're going to go into photo mode because we're going to be a bit low down. Go up in the air. You've got some of them chameleons sticking out from underneath. A bit of the black. Obviously, you can't really see it's carbon fibre from a distance. Little splash of the chrome blending in with the chrome you got up here, even with some of the duller metals, which I couldn't fix unless I made them all the same colour as the block, but that would the engine cover, but that would have looked a little bit weird. And from the back here, you can see plenty of the chameleons going on through the interior as well. I am genuinely absolutely loving this. I think it looks so good. But let's get it all closed up, and let's get it up in the air. We've got a couple of pieces left to go on. The gearbox, which does clip with that rear drive axle, a starter, and that's about it, really. So we're going to go in with the gearbox so you can see how much that does clip on through, but we're not going to pay attention to that. It is in the same chameleon colour, and it is looking absolutely fantastic, even with them black bolts on there, looking so good. You can't really tell it's clipping through too much. I mean, we know, so it's a bit of a shame. Starter also clips a little bit, but we just kept that one in the black, hiding through there. And it is what it is. And that's it for the underside. I'm going to do a walkout, but there's no point because you can't see anything at all, really. This is actually from the seats. I'll let you know. It just clips through the bottom just a little bit because their multiply seats are just a little bit bigger than normal. There we go. And that is all looking fantastic. Down you go. We're going to get some windows tinted, some liquids topped up. We're going to go for some beautiful wheels, which are probably going to be black, if I'm being honest. Although I'd love to get some chameleon bolts on there as well. We shall see what we end up with when we get this beautiful Ferrari outside in the sun. There we go, all finished with our beautiful chameleon paint. Ferrari 458, the most subscribed to car mod on the workshop with over 122,000 subscribers. And I love this paint job, I'm not going to lie. The pinky purple into that sort of teal blue looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Really am loving it. If we open up in here, you see a little bit of that suspension popping through, which is one of the reasons why I kept them bits black, so we'll be able to see them too much. And then a few splashes of that chameleon on the battery. Down to the back there, the engine cover looks fantastic. The coil covers look fantastic. The carbon fibre head covers look fantastic. All of this that you can see visible right there, I think looks absolutely fantastic. But let's talk about these rims. I went for the rims at Modern 2B on this one today, and I managed to get two-tone, even though I didn't think I would. I did have to go and repaint the car to stop the bolts just being black, because I thought that took away from it a little bit. But it's mixed 4 on the paint wheel, so I stuck with my chameleon paint, obviously, and mixed 4 keeps the middle bit in the black that this rim comes with, and then everything else in that chameleon blue. The front rims are a 20-inch rim, 255 width, and a 30 profile, and they're exactly the same size as what came on the car. It even worked perfectly with the slick tires on there, which I wasn't expecting. I thought I might have to adjust it a little bit, but I didn't. The rears, again, exactly the same, 21-inch, 325 width, and a 30 profile, exactly the same as what came on it from the factory, as it were. The first one is always the front rim. The second one is always the rear rim. It is nice and simple to figure out. But there we go. Let's jump inside. I love the blue and purple on the steering wheel, but you don't really get it when you're sat in there. You kind of just get the blue which is a bit of a shame, but that's how the chameleon works. It works off of light reflecting off of it. So there we go. It is kind of one of them things. I love the interior in here, apart from the fact that you can see a little bit of that suspension clipping up through the floor, but we're going to ignore that. Let's get this one started and listen to that AXK engine. Bit of a mean tick over on there. Let's give it some gas. Sounding nice at the top end. I can't wait to get this beautiful beast onto the drag strip, but before that, we got to get it into the dyno booth, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating will be. On the dyno with the Lit Edition Ferrari 458 and its 498 factory horsepower V8 double overhead cam AXK engine. How much have we squeezed out of this absolute beast today? Let's take a look. And what will its drag rating be? We've gained 605 horsepower, 122%. Absolutely loving that. 1,102 total measured horsepower. Incredible. And a drag rating in the A class near the top end, not quite at the top of A, 939. Happy with that. Let's have a look at the gearbox tuning. Here we go. I've gone for a 2.63 ratio on this one today. 102 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 436 in top gear. Don't know if we'll quite make it to that, but these numbers are quite accurate, and I do like it when that happens. Thank you very much, game. Thank you very much, Lit. ECU are fully tuned up to 16%, ready to go. Don't forget to check out the short just up here, also linked in the description, or just head to the shorts on my channel to find the easiest way to tune the ECU and the carburetors when you have them. But enough of that. Let's get this one onto the drag strip and try and win a tournament today. Fingers crossed with a beautiful Ferrari 458 Lit Edition. At the drag strip, let's get into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile, obviously A-class. Pay the 1,000 entry fee. And who have we got with us today? Our first race is against the wide-body DeLorean. Pretty epic, like that car, very nice. We've got Buckshot with us today in the RTR Fastback. Skin Gravel in the VM Gasser Delray Custom. Absolutely love that vehicle. Dr. R's up here with us as well. And that looks to be about it. He's in the Stealth Bone Shaker. Let's get on with our first race against the DeLorean widebody. Will we be able to beat it? Let's go find out. The full carbon widebody DeLorean looks beautiful. Absolutely love that. Not quite as nice as our chameleon paint 458 with some carbon fiber accents as well. Looking very nice. Who's going to take the win though? Race number 1. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's us. Let's go. There we go, off the line, into second. That wasn't the best gear change I've ever made in my life. Into third. We are way out in front, though, by the looks of that. Into fourth. Only got 5 gears on this beast, but we are well and truly in the lead, which I'm definitely very happy about. Let's get it into top gear. Oh, and we've been smashed. The DeLorean has flown past us right at the last minute and taken the victory in the first race. Disappointed, to say the least. That is not what I was expecting at all. There we go. 9.324 seconds to the quarter of a mile. I am a little bit disappointed in that. I think that was my bad gear change at the beginning. But there, 9.770. We definitely smashed it to the quarter of a mile. But 22.306 to the 1 mile versus 21.487. I don't think we're ever going to beat that. Look at the top speed on it. We only managed 383 kilometers an hour. So there we go. Out in the first race. Very, very disappointing. But let's get back, see who's going to win at this beautiful tournament. And then we'll do 2 more 1v1s just to get some base times down. The beautiful Ferrari 458. So disappointingly, we went out in the first round. I never like it when that happens, but it does. Skin Gravel made it through, a Buckshot made it through, and Dr. R all made it through. We've got another wide-body DeLorean up there. Who's going to kick it through to the next round? Who's in there? Let's have a look. Dr. R's made it through, and Buckshot's made it through. Sadly, the Gasser Delray Custom didn't quite make it into the final. We've got 2 RTR Fastbacks versus 2 Hot Wheels, a Bone Shaker Stealth. That doesn't happen very often. But there we go. Will it be Buckshot and Dr. R? It won't. It's the actual 2 opposite of them. Same vehicles, though. Who's going to take the win? It is the Bone Shaker Stealth Edition. There we go. No credits for us. Absolutely disappointing. But anyway, let's do some quick 1v1s and get some base times down. Back at the entrance, let's go for the 1v1s. 1 mile, 3 randomizations. 1, 2, 3. We're against the McLaren F1, which is probably going to absolutely destroy us. But there we go. Let's get in. Let's find out. Every time I've raced one of these McLarens recently, we've lost. So that sets us with a bad expectation. I don't know how I feel about it in the plain pearl white, though. It does not look like it should be that colour. But there we go. Definitely not as nice as our beautiful 458. But it's probably going to beat us. So let's get in. Let's go. Come on, Ferrari. Let's beat that McLaren. There we go. That was slightly better gear change into second. Into third. It's not the easiest to change from first gear. A little bit better tuning, you could probably do it. Where are we? Well, we are winning as it stands at the moment, but we were also winning against the DeLorean. So let's find out. Let's get it into top gear. There goes the McLaren flying past us, which I did kind of anticipate. Across the line, though, what have we got for our times? 9.208. That feels a little bit better to the quarter of a mile. Definitely beating our first run by quite a bit as well, in all honesty. 22.171 to the 1 mile. Definitely beating our first run, which was 22.306, and 384 kilometers an hour for the top speed. So there we go. All in all, better than our first run, but we lost again. So let's go back. Let's do one more. And hopefully get a final win. Get a final win. Get a win from our final race. 3 more randomizations. 1, 2, 3. I'm not doing another McLaren. 1. We'll do the Hamad Austral S Thor edition. We did our own version of this at one time, and it was pretty good. Is this going to be better than our lit edition 458? Let's get in. Let's find out. Absolutely no liveries to showcase today. We didn't even do a livery ourselves, just a custom colour. But we had carbon black, plain white, and now we've got plain black from that Hamad Austral Thor edition. Hopefully we can win our final race. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Last race of the day, off the line, into third, definitely a lot better. Into second. Oh, it's close. It is very, very close. I do like a close race. We are sort of just about pulling away, and I'm happy with that. Will it stay that way, or will it go like all the other races today where they fly past us in the final stretch? We are still winning. We're going to win our final race. Definitely happy about that. Is it going to be our best run of the day? 9.284 to the quarter of a mile. Unfortunately, not quite. 22.269 to the 1 mile. Again, not quite beating our second race and the top speed of 383 kilometers an hour. So what we're going to put down on the board today was our second run, which was a 9.208 to the quarter of a mile, 22.171 to the 1 mile, and a top speed of 384 kilometers an hour. Let's get the beautiful Ferrari 458 back to the garage, see where it's going to sit on the speeder board, and then hopefully get it sold off for a nice bit of profit. Well, there it is. That engine looks absolutely fantastic under there, even with the engine cover. Absolutely loving it. We managed the the drag strip quarter of a mile in 9.208 seconds, the 1 mile in 22.171 seconds, and a top speed of 384 kilometers an hour from the lit edition of Ferrari 458. A beautiful, beautiful car, coming in 45th out of 97 different cars on the drag strip, so not too shabby. Definitely the top half. I'm happy with that. But let's talk some facts and figures about this beautiful, beautiful car. As you will know, I bought the car at the beginning of the episode for $111,696 and could have sold it at a loss of $14,888. But we spent a further $97,700 upgrading and modifying and tuning this beautiful Ferrari to how you see it today, right now, paying our total spend at $209,394. Is there some money to be made from this beautiful car? Let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, there we can see it's all 100% finished. Absolutely beautiful, and still under 31,000 kilometers on there. The engine, that beautiful double overhead cam AXK, from 498 horsepower up to 1,102 horsepower, a gain of 122%. Very happy with that, but can we claw back some of the 209,000 we spent on it? Definitely can, with a sale price of over $500,000, 589,934. Take away what we spent, 209,394, leaves us with a profit of 380,540. A very, very profitable car. I very much enjoyed this one. It has been so much fun, and I love the paint. This beautiful chameleon, bluey, pinky purple, absolutely fantastic. And the fact that you can get it dotted on the rims as well, even on the brake calipers in there. They're also in that chameleon color. It is absolutely fantastic. Excellent work from Etsy with the quality of life mod. That is in the description below, along with a link to the TK Aftermarket mod as well, and the link for this beautiful Ferrari if you want to grab it for yourself. Anyway, let's get this one gone. The most subscribed to mod car on the Steam Workshop with over 122,000 subscriptions. Finally sold. What have we got coming up in the next episode of Car Mechanic Simulator, though? This is a jumpy game. This is a brand new mod coming very, very soon from our wonderful friend Payne, aka Dead Bob. But this, as you can tell, is the beautiful Shelby Cobra. Let's get in and take a look. We've gone for the SC. Don't know what that stands for. Shelby Cobra. It's the Shelby Cobra, Shelby Cobra. Not 100% on that. Normally SC means supercharged, but this doesn't have a supercharged engine. It's got the V8 one-carb overhead valve engine in it with 485 factory horsepower. Now, this is available in the barn, the junkyard, or the auction house. They haven't changed any of that, so go and find it in any of them places when it comes out in roughly about a month's time, I'm led to believe. Did we get a good deal on it? We did. I'm so used to that not being the case. 313,312 is what we paid for it, and I could sell it right now as is for 332,160, making a tasty bit of profit of 18,848. So make sure you join us back here next Monday. Yes, the Monday, where we'll be doing the beautiful Shelby Cobra. Absolutely love this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful car, and I am looking forward to it. The reason why it's going to be next Monday is because we're back with What the Friday. This Friday, we're going to be back in City Skylines, having a bit of fun with our lovely little city, Vermandria, in City Skylines. What do you think? Are you going to be joining us on Friday for that? I certainly hope so. It's just a bit of fun, something else for us to do, especially with City Skylines 2 coming out very, very soon. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all had a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to, or got up to, as it were. It might be a bit later. Thank you so much for watching. Do click that like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to make sure you are subscribed, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of our beautiful chameleon Ferrari. I definitely enjoyed that one today. Thank you again for watching. Have a beautiful day, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.